Hey, it's Josh Iverson with iMedia, and I was really excited to see that the IAB came out with a joint study about news and how there's a trust halo effect, especially now where news is going crazy. A lot of our news partners have been seeing record numbers, and if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you'll see how that's been happening. And for a long time, iMedia has represented news sites, going even back to Legacy and today with CNN News Source and all the sites that InfoLinks runs on. And we just feel really strongly that news is a great place for brands and advertisers to be on. And so I was really glad that the IAB did basically announced a bunch of research by, a firm called Magid Research that they worked together on that really showed that, when a brand advertises in news, it increases trust, drives consumers to take action. And it also talked about the network effects of, those consumers actually were willing to refer that brand to other people. And I think what it is regardless of the type of news you like, whether you're on maybe think about news as a partisan thing where some news is more accurate than other news. I don't think that really matters. I think the idea is that consumers have the brand of news that they like, and it's good for brands and advertisers to be on those places. People are going to bed after they look at the headlines in the news. People are waking up in the morning looking at the headlines in the news, and it's part of life. And yes, we do complain that, not more news, not more bad news. But we're not really thinking about whether it's bad or good. It's just informative, and it's what we want to know about today. And it is influencing our conversations. And it's kind of like the weather. When I used to work with the Weather Channel, everyone wanted to be in weather because weather's, it is what it is. You just use the weather and you plan for it. I think that's how the news is now. The news is, we can control certain things and other things we can't, but we want to know what's going on. We want to be informed. And certainly we've got our favorite characters, and we're becoming more and more attached to those characters as they're gaining more notoriety, for better or for worse. And accordingly, I think brands can actually legitimize themselves by appealing to multiple news sites. Now, keep in mind, there are big national news brands, but there are local news brands. And those local brands arguably are not as partisan, if you will. And those can be a really great setup. And one of the things that I'm really happy about is that we can provide a brand multiple sites across, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CNN, multiple different news brands, so that a brand can really reach that consumer base where they want to try and do something. There's a great quote here by David Cohen, who's the chief executive officer of the IAB, and he just talks about over the past year we've seen significant growth in news consumption as we increasingly rely on news to keep us safe, connected, and informed. And so he talks about a little bit more about this study. So I invite you to go just Google the news trust halo and how advertising in news benefits brands, and check it out. And certainly reach out to us at iMediaAudiences.com or at iMediaSalesTeam.com, and we can have a conversation as well about how we can help brands both regional and local. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.